Hello, good day, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. I didn't know she was going to hit that so fast. Welcome to another episode of the Bobbi Jo and Sheena Show. Hi, Sheena. How are we doing today?
We are doing absolutely fantastic. In fact, when anybody asks me, somebody said the other day, "How are you?" And I said, "Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious." Well, I mean, what else am I going to say? You know, no, that's what I am.
Yeah.
Fabuloso. And today's topic, guys, is there's only one answer to every single problem you have in your life. Don't believe me? We're going to see if we can help you see that and feel it. And there's a question you can ask as well, but there's, I would say, actually one answer, on one question that you can ask. So, I don't know, Bobbi Jo, have you got a scenario? Something's up with you. Say you're worried about your financial state. Well, let's just have a think about that. What's your mindset? Your mindset is gone into beta overdrive, left brain, knit, 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 knit. And you know what? See your left brain knows everything from the past. It's a freaking know it all. And it's chirping away, trying to find you. And that's just like the Rubik's Cube. You get it settled, and then it's okay for a wee bit, but then it gets all ruffled again, and then you're off. So now this may sound, because when I heard this, probably God knows 5 years ago, I was just like, yeah, whatever. Like, that's just not me. We need to think our way out of this. And actually, when you practice it, it makes a hell of a difference. The answer to every, well, actually, Bobbi Jo's going to tell you the answer. The answer to every problem is
Love. And it might sound really weird to you, but I know in my 54 years on this planet Earth right now that it comes down to love and that we are one. And that might just sound too woo woo for you or not. Hopefully not, because that's the tribe that we want to congregate here and get together, is that we understand. It's like when you're reaching out to someone and you love them and you treat them, then it comes back. But Sheena's talking about other situations here, like our financials, right? A lot of times, right, when she said that, what do we feel? I instantly felt like worry. People feel worry, they feel lack, right? And that is not a way to, so you can't change it, right? Say rent's coming up and you don't have money. You're in worry, doubt, fear, lack, all these like negative, lowing vibrations, vibrations that we have in frequency. Can't change anything about it. But then you can turn it around and I'll let Sheena talk about it and just have love. Like you cannot change that the rent is due tomorrow and you don't have the money. So sitting in the worry, sitting in the doubt, sitting in the fear isn't doing anything for you to get there for tomorrow. But yet, if you can realize and have love for a situation, or know that there's this there's a higher power that's always working out for us here, inevitably. And it's always paying attention to what you're thinking, what you're vibrating towards. And this is really weird thought for people if you're not used to people talking like this, but it's so true. Hasn't that happened when you're like just in a bad mood and everything bad happens? Or you're like, I know this is going to happen, and it does. Well, you felt so strongly about it, you brought it to you. But it's a matter of having the awareness of checking where you're at. But if you can just drop into love and hold your heart, then you start to vibrate more, right? Isn't that on the consciousness map? It is the highest love, peace, joy, enlightenment are the highest vibrations that we can have. And why is that so important? Because then we're not at dis-ease with ourselves. And then what we're doing is just spreading the joy and love, and it just comes around full circle, like dropping a pebble in the pond. It goes, that ripple goes out, and that ripple comes back. And that's the first laws of cause and effect. And you cannot change the laws of the universe, baby, right? There's gravity. Do you know it? Do you understand it? I don't, but I know it's there. Same with laws of cause and effect. Whatever you're putting out, it is coming back. So let's just spread the love.
Yeah, the universe is an echo. That's why it's called universe, one voice. There isn't this voice and then Bobbi Jo's voice. It's actually, it's the same voice. And one of the things, just when you were talking about there, you said something about, the worry. You're so passionate about the worry. And that comes from your heart. And your heart chakra is just like so magnetic. It goes, oh my God, she loves worrying. So I'm going to give her more stuff to worry about. Like, it's just unbelievable. And, when we're in worry, what happens is, so before I talked about the left brain, well, what we want, the right brain is the alpha. That's relaxed. That's just a little bit more. And whenever you bring order, because you've got a more relaxed brain, and order is heaven's first law. And then, if you've got order, then you've got clarity. Do you think you might see the opportunity? And you might be more open to that phone call, to that email, to that text message. Whereas if you're closed, you mightn't even see it. I remember one time, Bobbi Jo, worrying about money, and I was so worried about money that I shouldn't even open my envelope. And I was looking for something. I decided what at the end of the month I needed to sort all this out, and one of them was actually a check in there for £1,000. Completely missed it because I was so scared of opening envelopes, and there was a check in there. When I became more open and thought, right, okay, let's just deal with this, there was some money sitting there waiting for me. Well, I could have thrown all those out, and that would have been that £1,000 out the bloody window, but there you go. So whenever you're stressed, that's the disease that Bobbi Jo was talking about. That's pushing cortisol through your system. That's eating you up alive from the inside out. Stop it. Stop it. You know, oxytocin is love, and oxytocin and cortisol cannot be in the same place at the same time. So if you're like putting oxytocin through, the love hormone, I'm not talking about sickly love, and I'm not talking about human love. I'm talking about unconditional love. That no matter what, that you love yourself. You could be rolling in money. You could have done something really bad, but you still love yourself no matter what. You see where my hand went there? Because one of the Bobbi Jo talked about cause and effect. Well, there's a law of polarity. So you're either up there. If you're on the activities, that's a previous live 2 days ago. You might want to have a look at that. Or I'm really bad. And they were up and down like a freaking yo-yo. Anybody experience that? You know, if you're getting something out of this, remember to like and subscribe. I'd love to see you come back again. Unconditional love. There. Balanced. That's what we want.
And that's really it. It's so simple today, and I really don't have much more to say. And it's been a journey for me, I know, and it's for Sheena as well. Because if you had asked me in my 40s or 30s, you love yourself? Heck yeah, I love myself. But you know what, people? Start being really honest. Go look in the mirror. Go stare yourself in the eye. Go stare at your belly. Stare at your butt. Stare at all the things that you like to just go, oh, it's not this. Oh, it's not that. Just accept and love yourself where you're at. And there's going to be the shift that happens, and it's layers. It is layers and layers and layers of it, that you have more awareness and you go, oh, I get it. And then like a month or a year or 6 months or 2 days, whatever it is, you have another level of awareness of the love. But really, it's when you have enough love for yourself, you're not, again, like we talked about yesterday, the name blaming game. And when you're pointing at somebody, there's three coming back at you. So don't put yourself up on that pedestal and be judging other people for whatever. And think about, what are you judging somebody about when you do judge somebody? I like to talk about judgment because I'm not a judgeful person, but see how it creeps in sometimes. Like, why are they? It doesn't even matter. I just see it creeping in, and I didn't even think I was a judgeful person. I know, Sheena, years ago, you and Wolfgang talked about this too, that you didn't think you were so judgeful, but yet you're sitting there on a park bench, just people watching, and these random thoughts just come in. And you know what that is? It's the old programming. We
Yeah.
used to think that way. So we had to cut. Why is that person wearing white after Labor Day? Or why is that man, in the UK, you guys wear pink, but here in the States, a lot of men don't wear pink. And so that's the program in your mind. And when I was 20, I would have said something like, oh, who's that person? Well, it doesn't matter. But it's just the programming of our society and our culture that we tend to want to judge. And when you can stop and have the awareness of our thoughts, why are we doing that? And go, do I love me? Of course you do. And then why would I not love that person? Can you imagine what a world it would be if we could just put our best foot forward and always treat ourselves with such kindness and then treat others? So I'm a fan of love. Big
Absolutely.
L.
And, whenever you talked about judging, you're not actually judging others because you're listening, you're judging yourself. Again, here comes the blame shame thing right back at you. There's me thinking that I was like this. I'm up here, I'm enlightened. The bullshit. As soon as you think you're enlightened, that's the last thing that you are. Let me tell you, you are everything of that map of consciousness. You are not there. You are all of those things, and they can pop up at any moment. So never blame somebody if they can't see where you are, because well, they just can't. It's like they're on the second floor and maybe you've gone to the top floor, but in another time you're right back down on the bottom floor. Listen, you can slip down. It's like a flipping game of snakes and
Oh, yeah.
ladders, let me tell you, if you don't stay awake. So your judgment of other people is judging yourself. You're the one who feels it, and it's not nice. And so stop it. So another thing I heard was you talked about acceptance, and it's not self-improvement, it's self-acceptance. And you can only grow from there. So bloom where you stand. It is self-acceptance. And from there, you have order and clarity. You're not in resistance. And then you can move with the universe. If you're always trying to be here and improve, and I need to be better, you never quite get there because you're separating yourself from yourself. And that's the resistance which holds you where you are. So if you don't like where you are, then just love yourself head to toe, like Bobbi Jo says. Strip yourself, stand in front of the mirror, and love every part of yourself. And then nobody can say anything about you because you've already said it to yourself. So you just sort of go, yeah, I used to say that. I don't do that anymore. That's okay.
Hmm. I don't have anything else to say. You said it perfectly.
So
Have some
love,
love, people. Have some love. There you go. Have a
love
great
and
day.
gratitude. See you later. Bye.